then.
Are you videoing her for her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't need a double video of this, do you, Melanie?
Video.
You know, one from this angle and one from this angle.
No, get one from the side and one from the back, just like the judges.
I'm gonna watch.
One from B and one from...
Yeah, just keep reminding her to stay a little bit through that right rein and push her a little bit up to it. Yeah, push it up to that right rein a little bit. Yeah. Don't be afraid to keep her neck a little bit straighter or even to the right. You notice how steady she is to the right,
Is it plastic?
and then you get to the left. And obviously as you warm up that gets better and better. But, you know, spend some time, exactly, that's not too positioned to the right in order to create the connection you need, and then you can play a little bit with just a little flexion to the left when you feel like,
Is it plastic in
like-
here? Is that what you're going to? I don't know.
like you know, the horse, wait, this is a mare, right?
It's a mare.
Okay. Sorry.
she's a mare.
I'm
Oh,
like,
she's a mare.
Oh, I forgot. So, anyway, when she feels like she, you know, wants to take the bit forward, you know, then you can work on a little bit left flexion. And, you know, same thing here when you're, I like the positioning that you have her to the right, and look at already so much steadier, right? She likes that. So in a sense, in a certain way, we're going with what she likes. When you go left, you can at times keep her a little right. Yep, push her a little bit up to it, and just play with that left wrist a little bit, just so that she doesn't put her head too far to the right, yes, and that she just kind of wants to take the bit forward before, and then as soon as you feel that she's wanting to come to that outside rein better, then you can just add that left leg, play a little with the left wrist. There you go, like that. Like that. Yep. Yep. Good job. Good job. And if you were to lose that at all, you just straighten her a little bit again. Yep. It's almost like kind of is how minimum you can take her to the outside, and you know, it's not like you're doing nothing with your inside rein, just a little bit playing with the bit and then softening a little bit, seeing if she'll stretch to it. Yeah. The more she'll stretch to it, the more you can use it. Yep. That's it. That's it. And then that's when hopefully your left leg starts to become a little more effective, because you know, if she's leaning in a little bit, then yeah, exactly. If you don't have that connection to the outside, your left leg's not going to be as effective as it could be. That's it. Good job. Good job. And you know, at the same token, you know, you know, she's a little happier in this positioning here. Like, go down the long side and just really slowly flex her a little straighter, and then even to the outside a little, and ride a little left leg to right rein. Yep. And seeing if she can kind of stretch a little to that outside rein. Yes. Yep. And then proper positioning through the short side. Yeah, exactly. So that you can kind of play around with her stiff side on this good side, you know. Yep, yep. Yep. Good job. Very good. Her trot opens up as you're, you know, it's funny when you don't see a horse very often, like, I remember more the end of the ride, not the beginning of the ride. So like when she first started trotting, I was like, I thought she had more trot than that. She does. Yeah. But that being said, I don't think you ride it wrong in the beginning. You just... Good job. Yep. Just kind of playing a little with that left wrist and then the left leg.
So
right
pretty
wing.
in blue.
What was that?
She's so pretty in blue.
Oh, yeah. She's a really,
Cool color, isn't
yeah,
she?
yeah, she really is.
Champagne.
She really is. I'm honestly, I'm not sure I've ever seen it. like I was thinking at first that she was clipped. You know what I mean? And you can almost. That
And
you
she's
could
all pink underneath,
yeah.
right? Isn't she all pink?
And that's what's so interesting because it's like a sheen.
The kids call her unicorn with belt buckle.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's magic.
It's cute. Very nice. Yeah, there she starts to get a little more comfortable with that left positioning. Yep. Good job. Yeah, well done. So a little canter warm up yet? Is that a good timing for it? Okay.
Such a pretty rider.
Nice. Very good.
Did you look at her change yesterday?
Yes, I saw at least one in each direction. I think two in one direction. Yesterday they were all late in front,
They are.
and yeah, so
Okay.
then I had an idea for an exercise, but then it was after a break, and then her canter deteriorated a little bit. So,
Yep.
you know, that being said, I think Melanie, the quality of your canter got, quite good. It's just a matter of how to approach that change.
And you wouldn't like put a pole down?
You know,
I've mentioned it to Melanie.
Pole?
pole down.
Put a pole
You know,
down.
She has
that's.
the
Have you put a pole down for her?
Because she's.
You know, that's just not a tool I've used a lot, so I don't really have a lot of experience with
Well,
it.
she definitely jumps.
I just don't
Yeah.
know what you do with a horse that changes late in front. That's
Well,
just-
I was gonna, Melanie, I can talk about this while you're warming up. Just kind of thinking a little bit about, one thing that we did yesterday was talk about changing the line a lot. So that she sets out on a line and she starts to get a little running that you can turn onto that line or turn onto that line.
She's clever.
But also a little bit thinking like, if you had on a line, like think about a clock. Like, so if 12 o'clock is the actual destination, like that you're going, say you're going across the diagonal, kind of position her a little bit towards the, 10, 11 o'clock, and then not whipping her around to 1 or 2, but kind of like so you're really just trying to get her front leg to,
Jump.
yeah, and also to wait a little bit. So that was one idea that I had. But the thing is, and Melanie and I talked about this, is, and she's a good feeling rider, and, she needs to watch that the honk. Okay, I see what you're doing. You're along the wall. That's fine. Thought you were coming off the wall. She needs to, this is one of those things where you can't coach somebody like, now do it, and or turn now, or to quit, so she and I had a lot of conversation about how she really needs to, but by the time I see a problem, it's like a little too late. If I say it and she hears it and does it, it's too late. So she needs to be very independent, and then we can talk about, like, oh well, you should have done this, or but that's definitely a hard thing to coach somebody through, because everything happens so fast, and timing is sort of everything. So, yeah, remember to take her through a little bit that right side before you straighten her too much. Yeah, just to get that neck a little lower. Yep. And then you can play with straightening her. And yes, there you go. Yep, good job. That little rounder there. So, in general, I think this, especially for warm-up, this canter tempo is good, because otherwise she gets a little unclear. but just watch when you go, like particularly down the long side, but it could happen at any point, that she doesn't lift her neck slightly and then just kind of run a little. You know, I mean, her natural tendency is obviously a little in the running direction, but there's a big difference between running over the back. You know, running over the back, you have some ability to then half halt and bring it back, versus picking up her neck a little, and she's not like head up in the air, run away. You know, it's just like a tick up, and then it's kind of her canter down the long side instead of yours. Yep. Good job. Yep, really good there. And these little, you know, sort of calculated little suppling questions that you ask, I think are really good, because you can see how even that makes her a little bit lose her rhythm here and there, and you don't want to do it to the point where she's really losing her rhythm, but you want to do it a little bit to the point where she doesn't have to have like a little hiccup every time you ask for something, every time you ask her for, you know, touch the rein a little bit here or there. Good job. So let's go ahead and give her a little break, and then